morning, everyone. I am Tammy Stencil. I'm the Field Development Manager here with AHCP. Dan happens to be working off-site today, so he asked me to jump in and help. I do work closely with Dan, and he's asked me to just kind of step in and cover for him today. Occasionally, I'll pick up the slack when he's super busy. So just your phones are on mute for the presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to raise your hand in the chat, and I will try to address them at the end if possible. And to start off this week, I'm starting off with a quote from Seth Godin. Don't find customers for your products. Find products for your customer. And what he means is to put our customers' needs first. We see the products as something that can help our customers with, and not who will need our products. So we don't need to attract customers into buying our products. We need to come closer to them and find the solution for their needs. So happy Motivation Monday. Let's make this week a great one. I did see some new names in there that I haven't seen, so thank you for joining us. Kind of go through a review of what we do. We try and keep things within 15 minutes to 30 minutes for the Motivation Mondays. This week we're going to be covering the standard routine of providing a tip of the week. This week is a carrier and product tip. And then the trends will show us what products and carriers are hot for the AHCP sales agents for the week, and throw out kudos of the week to the top sellers, cover what products they're selling, and then we do wrap things up with sales technique. This week we're going to review some ideas about keeping organized and covering Agent Cubed. I've had several questions come across about what is Agent Cubed, how do I use it, what do I do? So I thought it would be a great one to go through and show you how simple and easy it is to use the system. So Dan covered last week's tip of the week with educating your clients, making sure to go through, sit down with them, go over those tax credits. Reminder that the marketplace is going to be a mess. It has been for the last couple of years. Just know that if you end up having to call in to the gov.com, it puts you into a phone queue that's usually extremely long. Please don't hang up and try and call back. It will put you right back into their rotation. So reminder for that. And then also, a lot of the carriers have pulled out. A lot of the ones left are a little bit higher deductible plans and lower coverage, just a reminder of that. And then make sure that you have your needs assessment in front of you when you're going through the review of the customer, what's all needed for them. So make sure that's good and handy to make your presentation go nice and smooth. This week's tip of the week is in regards to Team Corp. Team Corp is a dental and vision products, and it's a sales and marketing company that began in 2004. It's affiliated with National Health Corporation. Team Corp is a marketer of unique lines of guaranteed acceptance supplement products. It has for dental, Dental 360 and Dental Access, as well as Dental Vision Plus. And it goes through, it has a lot of rider benefits to these. You will see rider benefits anywhere from the RX coverage to My Doc 24/7. It has, some dental rewards program that, the rewards will ensure the care for their teeth and use any portion of their annual maximum benefit. It'll, with that increasing maximum feature, so it'll roll over. And each insured member and its dependents will earn additional money towards his or her next year's annual maximum. So that's fantastic. With the Dental 360 higher coverage, it'll have higher coverage with the major services. It also has accident dental expense in there. And then it also has a $1,000 accident, death, and dismemberment rider in there. It does have several different benefit options to it, like a consolidated legal concepts, to do like a preparation of a simple will or a review of existing will at no charge. It does have like an optimum nurse line that you can call into, and then it has the vision benefits on it. The dental access product line they have are really affordable rates. You can receive benefits up to $70 annual deductible for all services, and annual maximum is $2,500. The benefits are paid based on the PPO contracted fee, and there's no waiting period. I know some dental plans where you have to wait 3 months or 6 months or 1 month. With this, there is no waiting period. And you can choose any dentist nationwide and select from any of the 65,000 providers that have access in different locations. The dental reward program is pretty cool, in this regards. It will reward that insured that care for their teeth and use only a portion of their annual maximum benefit within the year. With its increasing maximum feature, each insured member and dependent earns additional money towards his or her next year's annual maximum. So that's definitely very nice. And then it has a prescription program. It has a 4-tiered plan that is designed to save money on all the prescription drug costs in over 54,000 participating pharmacies in the U.S. And those include chains like Walgreens and Walmart, Rite Aid. And so it definitely helps you save with those prescription costs for your clients. There's also an accident and critical illness. It's called TriMed, and it helps, with the accident, critical illness, and dismemberment for the customers. It's a nice little rider in there. Not to mention it also has like a MyDoc 24/7. It's a toll-free anytime, day or night opportunity to call into a registered nurse or doctor and be able to talk with them about different things that are going on. So definitely, it's a great product to be able to add to your book of business. Jump into this week's AHCP Trends, or I should say the former weeks. We go through and review what where things are at with the major medical, short-term, dental, and accident, critical illness, different product lines, if they're up or down for the week. I do see things probably changing a little bit now that we're getting into Medicare open enrollment opportunities. A lot of agents are going to be focusing more on the Medicare lines versus the major medical and short-term. So I do see a little bit of transitioning and shifting with things occurring coming up soon. But we definitely had an increase with the major medical this former week, and it was Aetna as the top seller. There was an increase with the short-term medical, and that was the National General NHIC for short-term. We did have a decrease with the accident, but the top seller was the NHIC AHCP, which tells me that definitely agents are bundling sales. And we had a decrease with the critical illness. Top seller of the week, though, was NHIC TrioMed. I think the former week was Colorado Bankers Life. So it's kind of flip-flopping back and forth between critical illness. And then we had a decrease in the dental, but Team Corp was the top seller, and fantastically, that just happened to be our product review of the week. So it's a great company. Definitely, if you're interested, reach out to Agency Services. They can get you some additional information as well as some contracting if you want to add it to your book of business. And we go through for shout-outs of the week, giving those agents kudos for their sales. Top annualized premiums of the week. This week's sales shout-outs, we have Major Medical. We had Tammy Lewis and John LaPointe. So fantastic with your major medical sales guys. And then for short term, we had Brian Jarvitz, David Taxer, and Jacob Gordon. Brian Jarvitz and David Taxer both were with NHIC short-term medical sales. Both had an excellent amount of policies there written. And then Jacob Gordon with the short-term for Golden Rule. Ancillary, we had taken the gold Brian Jarvitz with his TrioMed and Team Corp Dental and Vision. So it looks like he was doing some phenomenal sales there with NHIC short-term. Then he added the NHIC TrioMed, and then he added the Team Corp Dental and Vision. So definitely great with your sales there, being able to get your customers covered. With the silver, we had Chris Helgerson, and that was with NHIC Accident and TrioMed with the AHCP and TrioMed, so fantastic. And then coming in on the bronze on the third place with David Taxer, and that was with the TrioMed, critical illness, accident medical expense. So good job, guys. Fantastic with your sales this week. So we're going to move into the sales techniques for the week. Today we're going to continue talking about open enrollment and getting prepared for a busy time of the year with a few strategies. One of the big things for us is that we know we're going to be very busy, basically, starting last week, moving into this week. So we need to be able to focus on maximizing our time. One of the big things as an agent, we'll be spending our time tracking the customers and their policies. If you're organized, you will have more balance in your life. You'll be able to minimize the time spent on the sales process, then increase the time spent with important things like your family. So, do your record keeping. Part of the insurance agent training must have accurate record keeping. So I'm hoping everybody's been able to go through some sort of training of some sort on how to keep things organized in that regard. You should have a record keeping book. Some agents keep records through a running Excel spreadsheet or an online CRM for you to track the numbers of your calls, numbers of interviews that you're keeping, dollar values, etc. And this week I'm going to explore Agent Cube CRM, best practices, be able to take a deeper look into Agent Cubed. Agent Cubed is a database platform that's CRM. It's tailored for the insurance industry. We'll go through a few details on how to build a profile and a policy, where and how to store your client's information, all the different nooks and crannies that it has, and just how to really utilize the electronic role desktop essentially. Agent Cubed is a great CRM option that will allow client management with note-taking, quoting tools. It has built-in quoted platform into the CRM. It also has a calendar and appointment system, and just making things easier for you to be able to cross-sell or upsell with policy additions. So definitely a nice little opportunity there. First, I want to dive into into accurate record keeping and allow things to be able to stay organized. Keeping a running spreadsheet is one way I've seen agents use. It's a bit harder to track things, but at least you're able to go back and use it as a reference point for certain data at a later point if needed. In the springtime, for those of you who sell major medical, the commissions start rolling in, right? So our agency service team will take a numerous amount of phone calls from the agents inquiring about possible discrepancies with their commission statements. In order for that agency service member to be able to reach out to the carrier to investigate, the carrier requires several details about the customer on the policy, or they won't even waste their time investigating. And we found a lot of agents just don't have that information collected about the client, and they find themselves in a very frustrated state and a possible loss of money. So unfortunately, the majority of the time, they can't assist due to lack of collected information. So the agency service member is put in a pretty difficult situation, being able to try and help the agent. Carriers do require the client's first name, last name, date of birth, social security number, and the application or policy number for the carrier to investigate. Don't expect the enrollment platform that you use to have that information for you. I've heard a lot of agents say, well, I just used an enrollment platform, isn't it in there? It is in there, but you need to be able to access that information, and a lot of times agents have a very difficult time trying to get that collected information. So try and keep a running spreadsheet of some of that information if you can, or a really organized CRM. Also, because many of the carriers and how many carriers and how many products agents work with now, all those have websites, they have back office websites, they all have passwords, and it can be really tricky to keep track of all those. Keep an Excel spreadsheet with all the hyperlinks, passwords for easy access if needed. I definitely recommend keeping your writing number that website address to do an easy copy and paste into your browser bar if you need to. And also carrier support phone numbers, if you have those, to be able to call for assistance if you need to. And then your passwords. We know several sites have so many different formats on how you can have your password. We find that we have, 10 different passwords, and they're all in different formats. So definitely try and keep a spreadsheet log of those if you can. And for your lead and client information, I always recommend clients to choose an organized system like an online CRM. It's going to store all that client information that's required to move through the sale process and the application process, and it'll make things so much easier. You never know when that lead is ready to buy from you, so having that access, easy with a CRM makes things, accessible within just a second. And then have a tracking system in place so that you can gather your client's data, recommended which products would be best to cross-sell based on their current policy. And it also allows you to keep track of the effective dates of their policy or their birthdays or special moments in their lives that you can use as a touch point to help build that rapport and trust. Having all your clients' information in one spot can give your clients confidence that the data is up to date, and it makes it easier for you to move through that presentation. I know you may claim that you can manage your business by using emails or task management systems, calendar systems, but you'll miss the big picture. Organizing all that information into one system that gives you that big picture is huge. A CRM can integrate emails and tasks and calendars to make it so much easier and maintained in one place instead of having multiple locations. You can access that information anywhere most of the time, and you'll learn things, that maybe that you never knew before. By being organized and storing all the things in a central place, it'll bring all the pieces together for you. So I'm going to take you through a brief overview of how easy Agent Cube can be. Agent Cube's a great CRM option. It does allow the client management, note-taking, quoting tools, as I said, with the quote platform built in. Calendar and appointment system, it just makes things so much easier for cross-selling and upselling if you wanted to. You're able to quote multiple plans at once, side by side, on exchange, off exchange, ancillary, and supplements. And it minimizes down how many windows and tabs you have open, so you're not going to have to worry about having 6 different tabs open at one time. So when you initially log into the dashboard, you can sit there and see, that it has multiple little things there. My dashboard, the leads, reporting. It gives you the update for today, how many, new, how many are today. It has also a chart for how many policies you have, the policy premium, so you can track that. You can see that it has a calendar there. And essentially, it'll ask you to just go through when you want to add a lead, then you're going to, go ahead, click on the Add Lead button, and it'll open up. It's right there at the top of the dashboard, and it'll go through and it's going to have you add all that collected information. Give you an idea of the different things. Pop-up window is going to open up, prompting for an opportunity, applicant, and contact information. The status drop-down indicates the life cycle of the lead, if it's a new lead, if it's an active lead, if it's in progress, etc. The opportunity information is information related to the sales lead, so it kind of lets you go through and put that status of where they're at. You can change their type of status, the type of lead, the person to identifying information, contact information. This information will help you move into when you're doing the quoting, and the information is already going to be captured for you when you get ready to do that quote. The master source and source dropdown will help you, organize your leads based off of the type of traffic, if it's a web lead, a referral, a live call. And the applicant information relates to, obviously, the client's demographic area, first name, last name, email, etc. Client's information pertaining to their address, phone number, and country or county. And so now you can see the lead is in the pie chart, and they're in the upper left. You can see the leads are assigned to you, and it's based off of the opportunity status. So it'll put their organization if it's active, dead, new lead, or not interested. And as you go through, you can click on the pie chart. It'll open that lead in a different, and click on that pie chart. It'll open those leads in the different statuses. You can search by the name, by the phone number, contact information. You can filter how you want to view that lead under the option. You can view the lead or just filter to new lead as also filter the lead type. So you have different filtering options when you do that. And once you created that client or lead, you now can see it's populated in a couple different areas. You can click on that active lead pie, as I said, or you can click on down below, it's saying active lead. You can then click on the leads ID for the additional information to open up. And click on the active lead, then click on the cog. And once you click on the cog, it's going to open up a new little pop-up window there of the information that you may want to go through if you want to do a disposition record. So you know it's no longer a lead, contact information, opportunities, individual, if there's any policies, all of that is going to populate right there. So if you want to click on notes to get some information, you can click on that active lead, click on that cog, and then add a note. It snapshots the date and time stamp of who made the note. We've discussed previous Motivation Mondays on how important it can be to use active listening. So this is a good place to be able to go through and add information. As you can see here, I added a note for this, for this lead. It says, older fellow, nice personality, loves hunting rabbits. That you can definitely, the next time you talk to that lead, be able to use that as a reference point if you wanted to. You should have, it just makes things so much easier. You should have your presentation down cold, but if you must, leave enough room to personalize it for that individual customer. Hopefully by the time you reach that sales presentation, you already have a basic understanding of the client's needs and desires. Taking efficient notes on your clients will definitely help build that relationship and build their trust with you. So it's pretty important to have specific notes on them. The sales process is about the customer, so you definitely want to have as much collected information as you can. And being able to go through some of the key facts, jotting that down, taking that note, will allow you to have some important information to cut down the time that you'll need when you need to move forward in the application. Find out what the customer's priorities are for what they want with coverage. Ask them if they take medications, if they were previously insured, what they liked about it, what they didn't like about it, what may have made it appeal to them. What their budget is. This is one that usually people ask and they're uncomfortable discussing. So it is one of those things you need to have a general idea of what their budget is, so that way you're not giving them a plan that is something they're just not going to be able to afford, or just not going to they'll sign up for and just not keep the retention on it because they can't afford it. And then about their health history, their family's health history, gives you a general idea. So that just kind of creates some of that basic information for that customer. Now, if you want to create an event for that customer, click on the events on the right-hand side, and it's going to populate some information for you in a new window. And what happens then is once you create that event, then it's going to populate on your calendar, which is on that first dashboard there. There's two different calendars. They're both the same thing. Just one allows you to see weekly. The other one allows you to see monthly. You can add that event. It'll be scheduled to say follow up or call back, um, set a reminder, follow up with a phone call. This plays into last week's Motivation Monday when Dan was covering the follow-up with your customer. So definitely you want to make sure that you have some good tracking on that. Most agents will lose a good lead from the lack of follow-up. So this allows you to really go through, track, and see your follow-up with your customer. And then, you can see your new calendar event there, what you want to maybe put in, phone follow-up, what's the priority on it, if you want a reminder or not, your event status, is it open, is it closed, you don't need to touch base anymore, the start time of when you want that to occur and when you want it to end. Maybe you have an in-office visit, you can, do something in that regard. You're going to go through, you're going to add your notes. And then don't forget to save all and create that event. So it just kind of gives you an idea of what that drop-down looks like. And so to get a quote, you have that lead in there populating now. Bob Smith wants to be able to get a quote. You're going to want to go ahead and click on that cog again at the bottom, and then you're going to click Get Quote. Please note, it will launch a new window tab. If you like to quickly estimate the subsidies as well, you have that opportunity. Your client might qualify for, go to Summary for your client, then on the left-hand column under the options to provide a total out-of-pocket cost using the subsidy calculator. And you can see here it's going to pop up some information there to be able to get that subsidy estimate real quick for you. And it's going to populate all that information. If you have one adult and it's income of $75,000, it's going to ask, and it's going to tell you if they're ineligible for a subsidy. So going back to getting a quote, you have your lead open. If you have that lead open, it'll populate a column on the left-hand side there where it says Options, Summary, Get Quote. You can go through and you can see all that information. We have Daffy Duck here. We're going to want to try and get a quote for him. Let's see how easy this is. So the next step is as soon as you click Get a Quote, it will load a new page view. So don't be afraid if you see this loading screen. It's calculating all that information that you've already added in. This is going to bring you to the quoted platform, so to speak, that's built into Agent Cubed. And it auto-populates that information for you that you've already collectively done, so you don't have to go through and retype it. That's, makes things nice and easy. You'll want to confirm all the information, though, that it's populated correctly, and then add any additional information if you need to. And you can go through adding additional, members or dependents. They weren't sure if they wanted to add, someone onto there or not. So this gives you an idea of what it looks like to go through and do a health quote. You can easily compare and filter the product types, the costs, the carriers, the client that will meet the client's needs. If you click on the plan detail, you can review the product plan information. And this here we have at the top a product type is under health. You can see it's just slightly grayed out to show that that's what we're looking for. You can put a sorting by, maybe you want to sort by the carriers or you want to sort by the plan type. You can pick and choose those to customize it a little bit better for your customer. When you click on View the Plan, it's going to give you details in an additional window. It'll help you be able to review that plan with your customer to be able to review it with them. So you essentially can go through and talk about the annual deductible, the annual out-of-pocket, and the professional services, out-of-network costs, those types of things. And if that customer is satisfied with it, then you can go ahead and put in the cart. It will populate a little shopping cart at the right-hand top there that says you have one item in that shopping cart. Okay. And this gives you an idea of what it's going to be to review this shopping cart. You can see that there's an active plan in there. It's an Anthem Bronze Health Savings Account plan. It's going to cost them $625.63 estimated premium. If they're satisfied with it, you can confirm the product selection and begin the application process. You can go through, you can send them the proposal if they want to review it more, and you can go through and just save it in your cart. And you can tell them, all that. Right now, their estimated total cost is an estimated subsidy for that exchange for Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Health Savings Account, what it's going to be. If they're satisfied with that, then go ahead and hit Enroll Now. So we've built the shopping cart in a way to facilitate cross-selling additional products to ensure your client has comprehensive coverage to include accident, critical illness, or dental plans. To be able to review other products available to your clients, you can click Continue Shop button if you want to go ahead and make sure that they're covered further. This will bring you back to your plans. And this was, obviously, I did this formally when we still had the IntelliPlan with NHIC. Now, we're just moving that to AHCP and the TrioMed, but you can see generally if you click accident, it's going to populate what accident plans I have available in that quoted platform that I'm currently appointed with. It's going to pull up a couple different plans, the plan options. You can go through, you can do the plan details, the costs, all of that information. And then now, if you want to go ahead, whoops, I skipped past one. If you want to just, add that accident tab, and open that up, you can go through and maximize your commissions with cross-selling the ancillary and supplement product, all the applications that are submitted directly to the exchange, the carrier using the integrated online enrollment system. So it makes it nice and easy for you. And now additional products are going to show up in that shopping cart. So you're going to see that it has 2 items. So you can go through, you can see there's an accident plan in there and a health product in there. If you want to do a drop down and actually see what that plan detail is, you just click on that little arrow button that has a drop down. It's going to open up for you and show you the details of that plan. Then if you decide that you want to enroll now, it'll show you the exact plan you're submitting for the clients or client. And it's going to, how do you want to apply for this plan? It's going to have a drop-down button or box that says download and print the application if the application allows, or that product allows it. Mail me the application, you have that option, or I want to apply online. It all depends on what the carrier actually allows for submitting. Okay, now that you have that policy built and all that information is gathered, save that saved in a proper place. You have found the best policy of possible coverage for your client. You can finish you've finished that application, and now you've taken the first payment. It's time to build that policy. Click on the policy tab in the left side. And then you want to add a new policy on the right-hand side. First, the product selection. You're going to have, the coverage type, your carrier, your carrier plan, your plan type, if it's on exchange, off exchange. What was, the opportunity? Where did you find that lead? Then you want to hit next after you have all that populated in. And this is going to give you the opportunity to add additional information for that policy. Your bill frequency, if it's monthly, if it's weekly, just kind of an idea of what your customer is going to have for payments. Um, add the effective date. Obviously, you want to make sure you're able to track that. Go through the steps of the policies and details, adding the carrier fees, administration fees, billing fees, the one-time fee amount, maybe your net change premium price, deductibles, benefit amounts. Look over the rider options. Is there anything that you can add? Talk it over with your client. Gives you that opportunity. And make sure you click Save at the bottom right corner. You want to make sure that if you go through all that information, you want to save that. Okay. And now you've built that policy. The application's already done. It's in underwriting. So now we've gone through the entire process. It's very easy, nicely organized to be able to go through, see, and track that client and that lead. You have the power at your fingertips to be able to keep yourself organized. You have a gateway to your carrier appointments. So, collectively use Agent Cubed. Essentially what they do is they go through, they add all of your carrier appointments in there that you're set up with and your writing numbers. And so that way, if it is available on Quote It, then it will populate in there for you to be able to do those side-by-side quotes for the different policies, as well as making it easier for the bundling or upselling. And then it helps you keep track of your clients at this point. It keeps everything nice, neat, and organized. You can see everything scheduled. So that is pretty much the quick, simple version of Agent Cubed. As you saw, it was really easy to submit that policy or that application, really easy to put that policy in the CRM to be able to track it, be able to track that lead, change the lead statuses, add the appointments, follow-ups, whatnot. So if there's anything today that you're questioning or want some additional information on, please don't be shy. Reach out to the email address at training@ahcpsales.com. Or if you currently have my address, tammy.stencil@ahcpsales.com, I can definitely help you out and get you some additional training information with Agent Cubed or additional information in general. And if you have any questions, I guarantee there's definitely some other people out there that may as well. So please feel free to reach out to us. And with that being said, I want to tell everybody thank you for giving me your time today. Hopefully, we can start off this open enrollment with ease and everything goes nice and smooth for everybody. With organization comes empowerment. Remember that. It allows you to definitely go through and use those opportunities a little bit smoother, quicker, and easier for your customers. So it gives you a little bit more power and control over things. I want to tell everybody thank you today for joining us. Make this week a great week. Have a wonderful day.